So, ladies and gentlemen, in our first two videos, I've shown how to create a new employee in the system, here in the master data, the basic data, and after this you must here define the user settings. In the administration, here define the user. Then I've shown how to make a new profile group. You go here on the settings, profiles, define a profile name, and then you can assign the programs to this profile. After this, you have to assign the users to this profile, and then they can work with these programs you have decided to give them in this profile. Now I'm going to show you the most important thing for the project management. I'm going to show you how to create a new project in FX Project. So we go here on create, then we can define a prefix. The prefix you also can set in the settings here, but now it's PMX, so we also can say it's, let's call it the test. The project name, we call it Our Success 2015. Here the project number, it's a counting number, it's project number 9. Then here we have our contact person of the customer. So here you see, here is one company, here's the PMX GmbH, and our contact person, we have two of them. So now we can say, okay, it's this company, it's this contact person. Okay. Then we have here our project leader. We have Paula Lothar, Gaia Florian, Pocher Manami. Okay, we say it's Paula Lothar. It depends on the roles. So every time you make a new employee, you can say you give him here a role. For example, it's project leader, it's project manager, project employee, or general manager. We also have the role project office, so you get all the data of the employees. We can say who's our project manager. There's only Gaia Florian and Pocher Manami. You can also say, if you don't have any project manager, you can say, okay, it's empty. Then you can set here the planned period of time. You can say, okay, let's start today, and the planned end date is at the end of the month. But now in the next step we will go to the Gantt matrix to make it graphically. So this time you set here is not so important for the next steps. You also can say we make a budget frame here. That's then important if you say, okay, I say my project leader for this company, for this customer here is Paula Lothar. I said I give him the frame, and then he can plan for himself. So, but now I would say let's do it on our own. So we click here on the save, and then we can go on in text form, but we also can go in this graphically image as Gantt matrix. So we are just here. So you see here the time period, you can change it here. So, okay. So you can also make it. So you see more of this here. You can say, okay, the project will end at the end of May. Now you have the possibility to plan here on this side. But you also can say it's nicer to plan here in the matrix. So you can create new sub-project here. You can create new task here. You see, you can make it with a click on the right side of the mouse, but you also can push the P or the T button. So let's do it with this. P, we have a new sub-project. Can say, okay, the first sub-project, we call it sub-project 1. And there we can make, let's make 3 tasks with a click on T. Then we say this is task 1. Then you can work with copy and paste. So if I go here, this is task 2 and task 3. Now you can say, okay, task 1, it lasts at least, let's say here, or 1 week. After there's task 2, and here we have task number 3, and you see the sub-project, it grows with the tasks. So then you also can say you like to copy this sub-project, so you go only here, click on the left side of your mouse. So now we have the copy, and you see we can make it smaller, but we can't go more on the right side or more on the left side, because here our mother project gives the period. So yes, let's call it sub-project 2. Here we have task 4, task 5, and task number 6. Okay. And then here you can make an AND dependency. So let's say, okay, task number 2, from task number 1 to task number 2, and from there to task number 3. So here in the project details, you can see a lot of information. It depends on which fields you'd like to see. You can choose them here. So now we say, let's see all of these fields. Then you see here, you have your planned period of time, actual period of time, deadline, project manager, project leader, the second project leader, customer contact, budget type. You can say, okay, it's a standard budget. You can define them in the settings. Then you have here your internal planned budget, your internal used budget. You can here say set the frames of the budget, external and internal. You can set the project category. Here for this example we have the planning, Entwicklung, Ausführung and controlling, but you also can set them here in the settings. You can make your own categories. It's good because at the end of the year you can say, okay, I'd like to have a report for only one of these categories, but for more projects. So you can make very, very defined and individual reports for you. So we have also project location description. You can set it here. Here purchase price, sell price. You can here assign the human resources. So you see there is a lot of possibilities in this project details. You also can say, okay, for my projects, I only need some of them. So we said, we choose them now. We said, okay, I only need the status. I want to know the planned period of time. I like to know the planned effort, so the hours to work, and perhaps the budget type. We give him a name. We said it's our example number 1. We save it, click down, and here we are, example number 1. And every time we come back to this graphically scanned, here is the example number 1. So you can make 3 or 4 combinations of these fields here. We also have here the project status. You see there are another fields. We have here the resources, another field, but you can define it for yourself. So now we have planned the whole project. We have given the time period. Now we'd like to assign the human resources, and you can also do it here in this window. Just click, we save it. So, okay. Then we click here for, you see, this is for the resource planning area. And if you click on a task, you can open the resource pool here. And then we can say, okay, task number 1, it's for Paula Lothar. Task number 2, it's for Ronald Miriam. You always say here, if you click here on the right button, we can say it's Ronald Miriam and another person. And if I click on the left side, the window closes again. Then we said here, task number 3, it's for our Max Mustermann we just defined. So, and if we click here on this resource pool, you see here the available hours. These available hours, they depend always on the period of time for this task. So in this period, these resources have these available hours. We have here the standard purchase price, the standard selling price, and we can define our own skills. So if I'm looking for an employee with a very specific skill, I can do it over this interactive filter, and then I can say I only want to see all the employees with this skill, let's say IT. Okay? So but now we're gonna close it, and here down below you can see the resource workloads. So here we have a a workload from nearly 3000%. That's because there are other tasks and other projects which are not finished yet. It's only in our testing client. So let's click here. Oh, we have just the same. We need more workers in this client. I see it. But now here Max Mustermann, he's fully free. So now we have to define the effort, the planned effort for this whole tasks. So for now, I would say we make 20 hours for every task. So, and you see, every time I do this, it calculates automatically for the budget. So if we switch here over to our, oh, here in example number 1, we have the budget field. Should have it. No, it's only standard budget, but it's no problem. So we switch here over to the internal planned human resource budget. So go here. So now you see here the internal planned human resource budget. It's just calculated here, and it's calculated on the base. If you click on the left side here, we have the recalculate budget. So we have, so you see here for this current resource, for this current client, we have a purchase price and a selling price here from 40 euros and 80 euros. And so for this time, 20 hours, it's 800 euro internal personal budget and 1600 external person budget. Okay, let's click OK. So now, see here we have every time for every task 20 hours. And now you see here the workload of Max Mustermann. So when he has to do 20 hours on this task in this period, the program calculates that he has to work 1.66 hours every day. So if we can just small it, then you see, okay, now the period is smaller than before, and now he has to work he has only 4 days to work this 20 hours, so it's 5 hours per day, and now he has a planned daily workload from 62.5%. So if we say, okay, that's too much for Max Mustermann, we can give him an help. We say, we have here project leader Tomba. We give him as an help. So now we have both of them percentage. We said 50-50 of this work they should do. Then you see here it's only 2.5 hours per person in this period. We also can say they should do it in a team, but Max Mustermann, he should do 75%. Then it calculates automatically here, and here if you go there, you see it's 75% to Max Mustermann and only 25% to our project leader Tomba. Okay? And now if we go here on this task, we also can make a new calculation, because now we have two resources, and then we also can say for the budget, which kind of calculation do you want? You can say we have a standard rate for the whole client. So always when we work on a task, we say it's like here 30 hours purchase price and it's 80 euro selling price. And we always want to have this as standard calculation. But the other side is you can say, okay, now we have resources who do this work, and we want to calculate the personal budget out of their purchase price or the selling price of these resources. So you can choose it here how to make this calculation. Okay? So click OK. Just click the Save button. You should do this over and over. So here we have the status. Now it's planned. So if we just change here from the status from planned to active and click here on the Save button, the system creates automatically an email to all these persons we have assigned to this project with their tasks, with the period of time they have to take for this task, and when they should start it. And from this time on, they can do their time recording for their tasks. And that I'm going to show you in the next video. Thank you.